Let's start with the first one right here from Tim. I think Fran Brown lied to us about the quarterback competition. Of course, Syracuse head coach Fran Brown during the offseason was repeatedly saying how neck and neck the QB battle was between Steve Angeli and Rickie Collins. And Tim, I'm kind of with you on that. It's only been one game, though. It's only been one game, so we have to see how Rickie Collins progresses moving forward, if he even progresses moving forward, if he gets better, because it's not a guarantee that he's going to be better. But as of right now, I 100% get what you're saying, that Fran Brown wasn't exactly being fully transparent when he was saying, oh, these two quarterbacks, they're neck and neck between Steve Angeli and Rickie Collins. It doesn't feel that way, and I'm sure many of you have theories behind it. Some of you may say, hey, Fran Brown wasn't lying. I mean, that was just the reality, and this is how Rickie Collins is performing. I respect that take. I get it. Others may say, he was saying that to save face with Rickie Collins, keep him in the program. Who knows? There are plenty of theories out there, but as of right now, I completely see your point, because he was not very good. Rickie Collins, his numbers, 24-37 for 229, no touchdowns and an interception. Some of those stats, of course, came in garbage time. And I honestly feel with Rickie Collins' numbers that they're better than how it looked watching this game. Some of you may say that, hey, Steve Angeli, he struggled too with Syracuse in the beginning. Not exactly. Let's go through it again with Steve Angeli when he was the starter for Syracuse, okay? And by the way, he's not coming back. He tore his Achilles. First game against Tennessee. The numbers don't say that Steve Angeli had the greatest performance against Tennessee, but the eye test, at least for me, showed that Steve Angeli looked pretty good against Tennessee. Then he was awful for essentially 3.5 quarters against UConn. But from that point on, from the end of the fourth quarter into overtime against UConn, into the Colgate game, and throughout the Clemson game, Steve Angeli was playing at a very, very high level, to the point where before he got hurt, I was thinking this guy might be all ACC and that he might actually lead the nation in passing. And Rickie Collins, he's only made one start. He's also had some appearances here and there, right? He filled in at the end against Clemson, threw that touchdown to Justice Ross Simmons. He played against Colgate as well, had his bright spots in that game, and also, of course, a really bad interception in that one as well. But overall, he has not impressed me all that much in what we have seen from Rickie Collins so far. And oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys caught this, but Pro Football Focus gave their ratings. They gave Rickie Collins on a scale of 0 to 100, 100 being the best, 0 being the worst. They gave Rickie Collins an 81.7 grade. All I got to say is that I don't think Pro Football Focus actually watched the Syracuse Duke game, because there is no way that Rickie Collins performed to a grade of 81.7, which is a very, very good grade. Did they see the amount of mistakes he made? That interception was terrible. The fumble towards the end of the first half when he just dropped the ball. The missed throw on a fourth down, even though it was 31-3, he misses a throw to Justice Ross Simmons that would have made it 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. Too many mistakes from Rickie Collins, but he was not the only one. That I will give him. Rickie Collins was not the only one screwing up on Saturday against Duke, and that's how you lose 38-3. So it's not just on Rickie Collins, but he was not very good, and I get your point about Fran Brown maybe not being fully transparent in the offseason or in fall camp when talking about his quarterbacks. Let's move on now to Kyler. I'm sorry, but I think Jakari Williams would have looked better out there today than Rickie Collins, of course, referring to Saturday. He looked horrible, and I'm truly surprised he didn't have more turnovers. If he's this bad next week, they'll have to make a change to JW or go with one of the freshmen to give them at least an opportunity. We've got other athletic guys, so if all Rickie can bring is athleticism, there's no real reason to stick with him. With Rickie Collins, I do think he brings more than just pure athleticism. I do think he can throw the football, and he's got a ton of arm talent, but we'll get to it later on in the show. It's not just about your arm talent at this point. This is Division I football, but we'll get to that later on in the show. I'm glad you mentioned one of the freshmen in that in that comment there, Kyler, because I don't think it's Jakari Williams who's the third string guy. I actually think it's true freshman Luke Carney. And the reason why I believe this is because Luke Carney was the third guy that played in the Colgate game. Now, maybe it was something to do with Jakari Williams and not being available for that one. Sure. Maybe could have missed it. Maybe he was just inactive for it, possibly injured. Don't know. But what we do know is that when Colgate happened, that game, and Rickie Collins was in and he had to come out for a play when his helmet popped off, they brought in Luke Carney for one play, which, by the way, he scored a touchdown on. And also, this is another reason why I don't want to give up on Rickie Collins just yet. That's right. I said it. I'm not giving up on Rickie Collins just yet. I don't think he played well, but I want to give him a little bit more time because if not Rickie Collins, then who do you want playing for Syracuse football at quarterback? If not Rickie, then who? If you want to say one of the true freshmen, okay, but you better hope that they're ready because there is no reason to be wasting college eligibility on these guys or even worse, potentially ruining their confidence for the remainder of their time in college because you started them when they weren't ready just yet. So as of right now, I'm still fully on board with Rickie Collins because I don't see much of an alternative right now.